tattoos. When I love squad members, I can't act cool. Hey, young, this your beat? Nothing lasts forever, I don't got tattoos. I love squad members, I can't act cool. I like my bitches short and thick and I ain't gotta act rude. She won't treat me like I'm the rest, cause I ain't that dude. I seen some things as a child that changed my thoughts forever. Try to do right, I'm on their ass and I won't fucking let up. Hit from the side, bitch, don't be lazy, lift your fucking leg up. To all my niggas going through a struggle, keep your fucking head up. Anything you going through, I'm a witness, it won't last forever. Just stay down and hold your side, don't change up like the weather. If he around me, then he got a ruler, but he ain't trying to measure. I got it in here, me some weed to get my thoughts together. Hard in the summer, but my heart cold, so I got a rock sweller. We came in this roll alone, so we ain't gon' leave out together. I know I'm blessed, I know my worth, so I can never settle. You can't show yourself before you only time can tell you. Don't kill, you one time to fuck up, then you can't go here. Whoa, dear, I got too many stuff to bring a pole here. No deal, I won't set my soul ain't high and go here. I won't school, I stay loyal to my niggas and my bitch, they coulda cold here. Just a new 40 on my hood, the bitch a blow here. Just a different dope inside the blunt, we getting lows in. Smoking on some dope from cause the country got a joke in. Treat the bitch like a receiver, put the bitch in motion. I'm drinking on some shit that change a mood, we call it potion. Can't even hide the 30 in the clip, baby, broken. And up off them beam, we got some smoke and get it going. White girl playing with her no Lindsay Lohan. My little cousin slipped up and lost a baby, she was 16. Ain't doing shit for free, I want 200 for a 16. Glock with a dick, 30 clip with a red beam. She make it hard for me cause all that nigga sold a bank dream. Don't lose on thug behind no shit you saying that you ain't me. All my niggas slide, you know what's up, bitch, you can't play me. I see the picture clear, my life a movie like it's HD. I'm a 50K screens and I ain't got no post on say cheese. Light a little weapon when I up it, better say cheese. This life taught me some lessons, fuck the school, I own no degree. I'm just trying to take care of my people, how you hate me. One of them got caught with that elite, the shit was crazy. Bitch, the trap baby shit don't do that.
Yo, what's good, everybody? I want to thank everybody for joining us for episode number 31 of the Get Hook podcast. As always, this is your boy Hook.
And it's Chrissy in the building.
And man, I don't even know how I even got duped into this whole topic and how I'm the only guy here. But you know what? I'm going to hold it down for the fellas. But the ladies, they going to do the majority of the talking, man, because I think the people really want to know. So today's topic, man, the ladies is going to answer the age-old question, does size matter? And guys, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell the people who you are, that'd be greatly appreciated. Go ahead and take it away, Terry.
Hey, y'all. Hey. So it's your girl, Terry. I am a bedroom candy consultant, independent consultant with Bedroom Candy. I have been doing bedroom candy for 5 years. So I'm your sexpert girl. So welcome, everybody. And get ready.
Hey, guys. It's Lisa. Again, same one from last week. And I'm ready to discuss all of this. All of it. I want all the smoke. All of it.
Well, we already know who I am because my big mouth is always running. That's why I'm on the couch today so we can really get in this conversation. No desk today. This grown folks. It's girl talk.
Right. And for everyone watching, make sure you react, make sure you comment, and also make sure you share. We value your commentary as well. So we want to hear from y'all, especially the ladies. I think the fellas really want to know. So let's go ahead and get this thing cracking, man, because we only have an hour, and I got a feeling we're going to need all 60 minutes for some reason.
Because time matters too.
Right. And keep in mind that the panel, these are their opinions, right? So, you know, it's not gospel. It's not, you know, anything we're expecting anybody to have any major takeaways from. It's just going to be a fun conversation we're going to have. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started, man. So I think that first we really need for this topic to establish some context, right? So the very first question I'm going to ask you guys, what is your definition of a big versus small penis?
Look, am I jump starting in first?
Go ahead,
Terry.
Okay, so Big for me, my personal opinion, big for me is 8 or more. I feel like that's big in my book. Small, I would probably say 4, 5 or less. 4 or less is small. 4 or less is small. So that's gonna be my range of big to small.
Okay. I don't carry a ruler.
I gotta agree with you on that one because I was thinking the same thing. Like 8 or more, that's pretty big. 5 or less is kind of small. But I was thinking that the average penis size is about 5.5 inches.
The average penis size is too.
That's the average. I googled it, girl.
Look, this is
wait a minute. You can Google averages.
I googled it. I googled
it. Google average size.
I don't carry a ruler. I don't know. I don't be like, oh, well, you're this
but
and this.
I feel like, general. If you've seen enough penises,
generally,
that you know what it is when you feel it. Because some people may not
agree. I need to see it. Like I need to see it first. Because there's a difference between
you could be 5.
Now you can also take into account girth as well. So
yes,
that's it.
I mean, you can have a smaller penis, but it can still be considered fat, not big, but it can be considered a fat penis. So
yeah, or you could have a long one and it just be really the circumference isn't what you would like for it to be.
Yes.
Then you might as well be little if you're sitting there with a long one with no circumference.
I agree.
If you're just long and thin, you're like a tall and skinny basketball player.
But vaginas aren't the same size either, though.
You're stabbing your cervix trying to get in there. Like,
but vaginas aren't the same size.
I'm still above a 7. You cannot come to me with no long and thin. What am I doing that?
But all vaginas aren't the same size either.
Hey, Asha.
Hey.
Hey, you might have a snapper and like a skinny penis don't matter.
We're gonna bring you in this girl talk question. So what's small to you and what's big to you?
How do you define small versus big?
Same thing.
Yeah. Okay, so I believe if it's fat and short, it's still small because it's not reaching this point of contact. So, yeah, it can't reach the point of contact. 6 and 7 is definitely small to me, especially if it's like the size of a damn pencil. It's not hitting.
Totally don't nobody want no thin nothing. Take your little straw.
See? It's not hitting no sides. It's definitely not going forward and beyond. I need girth and I need length.
Woo! So what's big?
9 is big. 9.5. And I don't like a hot topic. I don't want no uncircumcised shoulders. I can't.
Okay.
I don't want to be able to tie. I don't want it to be able to tie it in a knot at the end. I don't want to be able to do that.
So we got to be long, big, and it's got to be clean.
Hell yeah, and all one color. I don't want to look like a pair of acid wash jeans.
It is literally different strokes for different folks.
So let me ask y'all: Do y'all think that most men know when they have a small penis or a big penis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They know.
They warn you.
They know.
And
well, listen, most of the time they do know. However, our general consensus of what's considered a small penis, a lot of women lie and gas people up. Like a lot of it is like it comes from the women. Like you give them that confidence. Like if you're telling them that they did the thing and they doing what they can do, and you know they hitting all the right spots and da da da. Meanwhile, you ain't getting off. You building their confidence, knowing good and well that you're lying.
Yeah.
Well, as women,
some guys can know, like
they know.
I'll use a personal story. So some guys can know, like you really think that you're doing something, like in there, working it out, getting it in. And I'm like, no, this ain't it. Like what are we doing? You can't. Us as women, can't gas a guy up to think that it's more than what it is. Be honest, know your body, and like at the end of the day, you have to like be real with what it is. If you enjoyed it, cool. The next chick may not enjoy it. But don't be hyping them up like they out here with 9 inches and they got 3. Like you can't do that.
We women have a bad habit.
You know what I mean? Like you just setting the next chick up for something that he can't deliver on. Be honest.
We got a bad habit as women where if we love you and we care about you, it's better. So it ain't gassing you up. You really are hitting the spots because some of the spots you hitting ain't all internal, at least not down there.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, because for women, we engage in sex, we engage in intercourse, mind first. So I mean, a lot of people say if you can fuck my mind, like you can get a lot farther than you just trying to shoot your shot and tell me you want to hit. Like you know what I mean? Because that's just the reality of the situation. Most women are miserable.
That's real because you can be the biggest with the greatest hook and the greatest stroke, and if I don't like you, it still ain't no good to me. Now, if I'm just doing it just to do it,
if I'm not vibing with you, if I'm not a talker and you're a talker and I'm annoyed, I'm now in my head. I'm not enjoying 9 inches. I'm not enjoying 3 inches because I just think that I'm so annoyed in that moment. It's the full effect. It's from the top to the bottom. Like you got to start mentally first.
I agree with that. The love thing definitely makes a difference.
It does.
Because you're filled in other spaces with your mate. It's not
you
all about
are.
you. But you know, it still may be small, but when you're in love, you see shit that just ain't real. For example,
I gave you 3 inches because I love you. So are you saying also he got a head start because you was in love?
You think so? Let me say something. He was a college graduate and only had a GED, but you understand. This got married.
Size matters, but it doesn't matter because you can have all the size in the world, but if you don't have passion and you don't, sex is bigger than a bedroom. The actual penetrating act, we done been had sex, we done been kissing, we done been touching, we done been talking, we done set up to it. Sex is bigger than the act itself. So if all you're doing is bringing this big thing to the act, then I mean, you really ain't bringing nothing because you can bring 6 inches in the room and you can have passion and fire and aggression and snatch me up and you know I'm 5'9". Put me down to the end of the bed like a G. Listen, you're a grown up at that point. You the GOAT of all times, but you can't just do me and think because that's why a lot of women say big D's can't F. Because you so cocky about your cocky that you don't even know it right.
You're not even on the face.
Honestly, I've heard that more often than not.
What you say, Terry? You're right.
I was like, I've heard that more often than not. Like, just even in my homegirl circle, like dudes who tend to have a big penis end up being the ones that get talked about the most. Like, you got 8, 9, 10 inches, got down the leg, you got a third leg, as they say. And you don't have to have sex. And that's because you depend on people or women enjoying the big piece. Like, well, what can you do with it? So that's like among my friends. That's what I hear probably most often, even more than small.
If you doggone big, can't nobody come after him because he done left you behind up. You can't do nothing else.
So do you prefer to see a man's penis before y'all have sex?
I do. I need
not very photogenic. Please don't send them to me.
No, look, don't send no unsolicited pictures.
So let's clear that up. Mythbusters.
That is, yes.
We don't like it.
We don't like it. Don't send unsolicited pictures. We don't like it.
Because
there's nothing that makes you go, look at that thing there. I can't wait to get over there. It's not pretty. You don't go, oh, it's so cute. It looks just like his daddy.
Yeah, and you open up your phone and you think it's a regular text message, and you be like, oh.
Look, and you don't know where I'm at and who's around.
Yes.
I'm sitting by my grandma showing her my cousin. Here you go.
Send me a warning like you're ready for this. Oh, okay. I know not to open this until I get it.
Let's speak in terms of, let's say it's not unsolicited. Let's say, you meet a guy, y'all feeling each other, you know it's going to go down. If you know you're going to have sex with him, do you prefer to see it beforehand or do you want to be surprised?
Surprise me, because if I see it beforehand, if I see it small, I would think it's small.
I don't want to be surprised. Let it be my choice. Let it be my decision. If I keep on going and if I'm feeling you, let it be my choice. Don't surprise me with nothing. Number one, I need to know what it's clean. I need to know what it's like. I need the. So no, don't surprise me.
You can still be surprised because it could be a close-up. Lies are
it could be a close-up.
Angle. When you get there, you like, oh, he's so cute.
Surprise me. Because just like you can take a picture from an angle, there's also angles you can hit that I won't even know. Surprise me.
Yeah, I don't need to see it first. Just surprise me.
Yeah.
I don't need to see it first.
Save it for that time. That's it. Save it for that time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I want these like welcomed like dick pics either. However, like if I'm in front of you, like if we're like sitting there together, like not even engaging in the act of sex. Oh yeah, I want to see it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pat you down.
Yeah, like I want to see it.
I'm gonna push up on you a little bit. I'll push up on you.
I will push up on you. I will.
Y'all being modest. That's y'all getting y'all first-hand experience without actually seeing it. It's the same thing.
I guess it's different for guys because I know. I mean, with me personally, like I would like. There's only so much you can tell from a picture anyway. Like I kind of want to see what I'm getting into. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want to, because I see your pictures on Facebook. You look good. You seem to be proportioned in all the right places. But I don't know if you got on a waist trainer. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to know exactly what I'm getting into to make sure that what you're presenting is what I'm actually going to be seeing.
I mean, we want to see your body. We don't want you to come out of there and then you go on the internet looking like you in the gym and you come out here looking like somebody pop out with his rough belly.
No, but if a woman sends you a nude though, like you only gonna see like you ain't gonna see everything underneath. But if a guy send you a nude and he's showing his body, you ain't got no choice but to see his penis, right?
Well, that's because the only place y'all naked is when we see that. Everything else you got ain't naked.
Right.
So let me ask y'all, man. So what's more important, size or technique?
Technique.
100%. You got to love what you do. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at me like a sport or a job. Be passionate about it, because that, honestly, you can be 5 and be passionate and know how to work it, and I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna marry this man.
Okay. Not only that, okay, so we have to do all variables, ladies. Okay. Now, if it's like Niagara Falls and he working with a little, and he bounce up in there, and you like, oh my, oh shit, it don't fit. What you gonna do?
Don't fit, you gotta quit.
That's what I'm saying. But you can't tell them that. The ego is a serious thing for men. And like you said, a lot of women may have hyped them up and not telling the truth. And you like, especially 45, my sex drive has went up with age, okay?
The older you get, you're worse than men. That's the God's honest truth.
And unfortunately for men, you guys' libido go down. Then you come around me with your little saggy balls and shit. They damn near not functional and talking shit. Simmer down, son. Simmer down.
Coming in here with that big D energy. Check the tone.
Damn boy. That's a real statement. Lower your damn voice. I need you to calm down. No.
But you can have a person who may not be okay. You can you could poll women right now, and majority of us will tell you that the best we ever had probably wasn't the biggest we ever had.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that.
Because they might kiss. First of all, kissing matters.
It does. Foreplay matters.
Foreplay matters. A little bit of head game matters. What you know how to do. Can you? We're gonna be grown. We're gonna be grown. Can you choke her? Can you pull her right? Can you handle her? Can you pick her up? Can you hold her? Can she trust you? Can she be comfortable?
Can she be comfortable being herself, her full self?
That's it right there. Can she be
that comfortable? Because when I'm comfortable being me, it's on. You get a different beast out of a woman when she can own her own. So, like we talked about before, stop boxing us. Stop going when she's in the church. Church people have kids. You know they have sex, right? Because you're supposed to have sex when you marry. Stop acting like sex is evil. Sex is not evil. You ain't supposed to be out there doing it with everybody. No, but sex is not evil. So stop making the act itself evil, because it is a loving situation that can be absolutely magical if done right. But let people be comfortable. So you have to make her comfortable. Let her know that your respect level don't change because your freak level is escalated. Boom. That's the key. That's like that little whistle you got on the Mario game that lets you get to the other levels right there. Because you open up. Now that I'm open up, Terry, let me hold about 3 or 4 of them little toys in that little bottle back there. We about to roll this thing in. Because now you can have a good time. Now you are touching, tasting, talking, doing all this different stuff. And then people who do the freaky shit are the happiest people. You know why? Because they're comfortable.
But you have to find a man that's willing to do the freaky shit. Because I've run across a few who are, oh my, you so. I'm sorry.
But not necessarily that's willing to do the freaky, but that naturally matches your freaky. Because
out of the ordinary, say for instance, hypothetically, I walk past you and give you a remote. I mean, it might accidentally on purpose go to a bullet,
a good channel,
and you get to control it. We at a party, we could be at dinner.
Oh,
but it's a lot of guys. It's like, oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna stop playing with you right now because I'm old, I'm tired, I'm ready to go to bed. Usually by 10. I'm gonna need you to get it together. It's just, but to me, that's simple stuff. To the next man and or woman, it may not be simple, but I feel like that just adds a little extra something to it. Again, you going somewhere as simple as dinner, you give your man a remote, he know he got control, anything could be happening. That's lovely to me. But some women don't like that. Some men don't like that.
But it's a conversation to have of where your person's sexual level is, because y'all are different. I can attest that the older we get, the more comfortable we get. So it's not a once a week thing. We might need you more. We might tell you, I don't want you to make love all the time. I don't want you to come in here and light a candle and strike a match. No, I want you to come in here, let's get against this wall and let's make it happen. You gotta know your situation and your person, because we are as bad as y'all. Women are worse than men.
We are.
The only reason we lock down is you make us uncomfortable. You either running around with a bunch of people that I don't want to share, or you make me feel like, well, I just didn't think you were that type of girl. Well, you won't see that type of girl because you was about to get that type of hoe, but since you acting like that, no. Now I'm gonna sit in this little bubble now like I don't know nothing because you made me uncomfortable. You gotta let her be comfortable, because, and don't tell me why we Google this, but one day we Googled, like, does a man's girth change based off how he feel about you? And how he feels about you does make a difference. So if we run around here being attractive and nasty and want to get it in, then we need you to come and bring your A game, and don't tell me no. Don't tell me I can't. Don't tell me you didn't expect that from me. Expect the unexpected.
But I think the thing of it is, though, is women, you guys are really allowed to explore sexuality in that way, like toys and all this other stuff. With guys, we ain't about to buy no toys. All we need is Palmelina and her five sisters. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
not true.
And you missed your orgasms.
That's not true. But that's not true. Most men, well, from my experience with having parties and doing bedroom candy for these last like few years that I've been doing it, most women at the party will not buy toys because their men are so close-minded. The toys now, I ain't asking to come into the bedroom with no 9-inch penis and you to be okay. That's going to be intimidation. But why can't I have a little small bullet? Why can't I have something that looks like a little lipstick? Why can't I have, if it's going to enhance the experience, why not? Like, if it's going to enhance my experience, some women, most women, need clitoral stimulation. So if you're penetrating and you're not stimulating my clitoris at the same time, I may never have an orgasm. You can hit as much as you want if you're not playing with the G spot, if you have a little curve or the penis that hit the G spot, like what are we doing? Or you gotta be
It's more to sex than just coming.
But a lot of men are just closed-minded and they're like so against toys that they don't know that it can actually help enhance the experience. We're not trying to
it takes the experience to another level. You ain't seen what she gonna release until you start seeing what happens when your body loses it. You imagine somebody who knows how to touch and hold you while they're doing you, so your body's getting stimulated every which direction, you lose it. And you imagine somebody who you were saying had to be 9 and 10, and then we were talking about being passionate, and at the same time that joker got a remote control and yourself is vibrating. Listen, Niagara Falls, brother.
Listen, and a lot of times the information, like a lot of men don't know what happens, like whenever like women are at like different candy parties, for example. What my job to do is teach you how to do something different, teach you how to give that pleasure, give that experience. Like Hook said, oh, all I need is my hand. No, I got stuff to enhance the male experience as well, but you're so close-minded. No, you're not gonna put that on me. No, you're not touching me with that. No, you're not. Like we're not gonna do that. The conversation. It's the communication in the conversation 100% of the time. If you can have a conversation about it and you can at least open your mind up to it, oh, I can give you pleasure beyond belief if you're open to it. That's what like these parties teach. Like this is what we do. Let me help you enhance your
size matters, but experience is bigger.
Experience.
But in order to get the experience, you have to have those sessions. You have to have those actions. You have to go through the process to get the experience. You got to try stuff.
And you don't.
That's the only way you're going to get experience. If you never try it, how are you experiencing that? You're still a novice.
You don't want to make your partner feel closed off, like she's saying.
Right.
Like you want them, and this is why I always say every man doesn't bring out everything in every woman. I've had men that have made me want to try so many different things just because he made me feel sexy. He took the time to get to know my body. So it's like you want to explore different things. He turns you on so much. But when you have somebody that's just with the basics, he gonna get some basic ass. So
because orgasms have levels. And when they say there's levels to this shit, there's levels to what comes out of you, literally.
A lot of women can't have, or a lot. I mean, not say they can't. A lot of women have never had a vaginal orgasm. They've never had a cervical orgasm. A lot of women are used to just having the oral orgasm. A lot of women have not squirted.
Ooh, bless their hearts. Ooh, the babies. Ooh, them poor babies.
It's real life though. It's not something that everybody has done.
A lot of women have not reached their full sexual potential because their partners don't know how to please them, and then she doesn't want to say anything to make him feel that his performance is less than in the bedroom. You're gonna be with somebody, and you're gonna be giving your body to somebody. You need to make sure that they know what the hell they're doing. You need to make sure that you know what the hell you're doing. So
you need. Like you shouldn't be having. You should not be having sex with somebody you can't talk to. If you have sex with somebody you can't talk to, that's the wrong person.
Yeah, like, I do not want to have sex with a man if he cannot make me orgasm. If you don't make me orgasm, so what the hell are we doing? What are we doing?
You know what I found out? A lot of men, and this shit gets on my nerves, ladies. I don't know. They are all about, the oral scenario. I can make you come. No, you can't, sir. Because I don't climax from oral. You wasting my damn time. I want the dick. You wasting my time. We don't have that amount of time, especially at 45. Nigga, if you don't, it's fine. We gotta get this in. And
you do get different. When you get older, your younger you is like, hey, I love you. This is a moment of ours. Older you is like, listen, get here, get this, let's go. Stop all that. Don't waste my time. You really want to listen. I don't want to hear all that. I want you to get here and I want you to make this a memorable experience. But like you said, I don't want to walk away and you done had your moment, I ain't had mine. I don't want to walk away and I feel like, well, I'm glad you had a great day. Now I got to go figure this out on my own.
Meanwhile, I'm mad as hell.
I'm too grown for that. We're not doing that.
We are too grown for that.
No, we're not.
So I'm a backtrack a little bit. So y'all be legit out here lying to dudes about stuff they did.
A lot of times, I'm gonna tell you something. A
In my
woman
younger
will
days,
lie to a man about a lot of stuff to make him feel like a man.
Oh yeah.
In my younger days, I did. I don't anymore, but I used to.
I'm not lying to you now, though. I'm grown.
No, I'm too damn old to lie to you right now.
I will stop
Look,
you.
and if I don't lie to you, I'm just not gonna do it again. Like we're not one and done. Like that's it. I ain't gonna hurt your ego.
That's great.
If you can't get this up out of me, I need you to get up out of here. My lower back and shit.
But I mean, I've legit had homegirls who be like, nah, this ain't it for me. You got to go. Like, for real, for real.
Right.
And that's enough to hurt the ego, too. That's not my situation. That's not my case. But, I mean, I've had homegirls to be like, nah, this ain't working for me. Like, I thought it was going to work for me, but this ain't working for me. And, like, legit, have kicked things out.
Right.
Absolutely. For the question at the bottom, porn exaggerates reality horribly. Women can say this a lot. A lot of men tend to get their sexual instructions from movies and videos. That's not real. Nobody yells and says, oh shit, 36 times because they're not making $30,000 to hump you. So don't do that stuff you see on there. You may learn, I don't know, you may get off, but that's not reality. A sexual experience in reality is a totally different experience from what you see in there. That's camera angles and visual. When you are actually with somebody, that's a vibe, that's a connection, that's a moment. We in there.
Now, if you loud, you loud. I mean, that's each his own. But I feel like porn does exaggerate it. Because I mean, even with some guys are quiet, some men are talkative, some are aggressive, some are more accommodating, more passionate. Like it's different. And I think it's the same for women too. But don't over exaggerate it or try to feel like you're performing in a porn. And I think porn set unrealistic expectations for a lot of men because guys tend to start watching porn sooner than women do. And I think that experience, even with like magazines and back in the day, Playboy, and like Playboy is still around now, but like back in the day, like when you were keeping them in the box, hide them under the bed, it's a different experience because there's fantasy and expecting fantasy, and it's not a reality.
That fantasy world has messed people up because unfortunately what has happened is if you watch the fantasy so much, the fantasy is what gets you off and you're not getting off on what's reality. In reality, women are not sitting around having girl talk while they touch each other, hoping you come in to fix the under the sink. That shit is not real.
Yeah, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Right. No, I mean, people have their own personal situations. They do in their own beds, but that's not what really happens, what you see on there. But if you watch this, if you get into it so much that you're thinking is that, and you trying to bring that to the bed, that's that stuff that makes us uncomfortable.
Not only that, you don't have the same package that's in that damn porno. What I need you to understand is if I'm a reverse cowgirl and you keep slipping and sliding, sir, we got a problem.
You can't do anything.
But not only that, that may not be my freak level. That may not be something I'm comfortable in doing, but if that's your expectation, that's cool. Go find you a girl that's willing to do that. But that's not who I am.
That might not be who I am. That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And everybody can't hit every point. Like she said, you can't do what he do, TT.
No, exactly. That poor baby. Bless his heart. Be like this. Bring it in. Hug me. download each other because what you're not gonna do is waste my damn time. Let's watch a movie.
Hey, audience, make sure you continue reacting. Make sure you like and share. Make sure you comment also. Keep the comments coming. We do want to hear from you. So let me ask you: have y'all ever had to tell a guy his dick was too little?
Have you?
I haven't. No.
No, I don't think I ever have.
Like, tell him?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think I ever have. Like, I'm not going to
You just don't repeat it. You don't go back.
Yeah, like I'm just not gonna double back.
You don't go back. You don't go tell McDonald's their nuggets was nasty. You just don't eat there no more. Just don't go back.
I don't double back.
No, it's no need.
Look, I ain't out here trying to break hearts and hurt egos. That's not my thing. Which is why when we opened the topic, we were like, the women are who cause these confidence builders. Because as well, if we're not going to double back, but we made it seem like it was so good at where you could face an orgasm, like that still stroked his ego. I think that you stopped talking to him for something else, but you didn't tell him. Like, you didn't tell him. I mean, again, that contributes to part of the thinking that you was big, but I haven't personally.
You told him it was too small?
Yeah, so
you have.
Because those men that are too small are usually the ones that the women prior to me have hyped up. They're overly cocky. And I'm sitting here like, so when you
know what? That's a tell.
Right?
That is a tell. If a man talks his stuff up too much,
yeah,
then we already know you little.
Bless your heart.
You don't tell McDonald's their nuggets are bad too. You tell McDonald's they messed up your order. Now, if you mess up my body, yeah, I'm gonna tell you you done told something up. But if it was bad, I just don't want it no more.
Don't hype me up, and then we get there, and I'm like, oh. Okay.
Oh my God. And don't hype it up. But men said it about women. Oh, she said she this and she that. You know why she didn't go to the room and do all that she promised? Because you came out there and you wasn't what you said you was. She ain't wasting her freak on you.
And let me tell you something, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I don't care what y'all say. If I leave and one of my damn eyebrows ain't rubbed off, you ain't being shit. You ain't doing a damn thing. You ain't doing nothing. Okay? It should not be stationary when I leave.
If I'm still cute when we done, you ain't doing right.
you sir?
My eyebrow rubbed off. Let me put my face in that pillow. Hey, but Lisa, you can knock that nose from me out though.
Well, the nose going to come out. Pull it out.
It's my nose.
So,
where did it go?
You had a great day with something missing.
Do y'all think the penis size matters more to men or women?
Men.
It matters to men. It's an ego thing for them.
It is an ego thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I also hate, because one of your friends said this in one of your posts a few weeks ago. It doesn't matter because I still hit. But what did you hit for those 2 to 3 minutes, sir?
Right. What did you hit?
When you really didn't hit anything, literally.
Wasting my time. Wasting my time minutes for nothing.
Didn't get to my cervix at all.
It's like you wasn't even here.
You didn't even fill me up by the time.
You weren't even here, sir. I mean, no.
Mm-mm.
Stop saying that shit.
And also, women, go ahead and put this out here too, women. Stop faking your orgasm.
Stop. 100%. I agree. Stop faking it.
Stop faking it.
But you know, if your man don't, because we do stuff different. You ever made a sound and didn't realize that was you, and midway through it, you like, bitch, is that me? if my stuff sound rehearsed, it ain't real. When it's real, you be like, I sound like, that's what you sound like when the girls in that movie. You like, is that me? Like, girl, that's you. Get out. those moments happen in your head.
You shocked too, like,
I've shocked myself before. Bitch, is that you? Bitch, that's you.
That's you.
Like, I hate a man who doesn't make any noise. Like, don't go Helen Keller on me in this bitch. I need to know. I mean, what's going on? Make a sound, moan, chirp, yodel.
Most men will tell you that they don't want. I've heard a lot of guys.
That's why that technique matters. It's something about one that can talk to you. Talk to me.
Now I can do without the talking. I can do without the talking. I don't need complete silence. I need a grunt or something. I don't need to talk.
I need to know that you're being pleased. I need to know that. So I'm not sitting there like, okay, so this is work. And if you don't like that, okay, this is work.
You're trying to hold it back. We grown up in here. You better make a
We grown.
You can make the noise. I don't need all that extra.
Well, no, I don't need a whole different.
We're not having a conversation. I don't need to talk to me like we're talking right now. I mean, Jesus have mercy, y'all. These people gonna look at us like we're crazy. I mean, pin me up, grab me by don't choke me now, don't kill me. Grab me by my neck and tell me you're a big girl. You can take that. Is you crazy?
Like Preston.
Don't sit in that piece like you said. Don't be silent. Don't be no mute.
Okay.
I don't need mute, but don't give me all the extra dialogue. Hey.
Well, I don't want to know about your day.
I don't want to know about your day. I don't want to know what you bought at the store last week. But
Yes,
I need a little bit of talking.
Yes.
Grown, oh shit, say something.
Like I could do the like minimum commentary. Don't ask me how is it. Like I listen to my body. I don't want you to like talk me through, like, because then it puts me in my head. I'm an overthinker as it is.
If you ask me how is it, we both know it's bad.
Now, if it's good, am I hitting the spot? Like, just
you're gonna know if
Let me stop you right there.
Somebody's son is at home right now going, you don't like when I say how is it? No.
If you asking me, you already know it ain't all the way good. Get on your game.
Like listen to me. Like listen to, if I make a noise, it's real. I'm not giving you no big grunts and groans and hollering and screaming. If I feel it, I'm gonna let you know. Like I don't need all that extra. I don't need all that.
Yes.
You don't need all that.
If when you finish, she get up and walk away like it's normal.
That is a telltale sign.
I should be on the bed and I should still be shaking when you finish.
Listen, put your ear to the door. If she get to the door, she call her friends and she go, bitch. If she walk away mute and she got up and walked straight away, like when the stairs hit it, she just get up and keep walking.
But wait a minute. If she makes sure that she collect all her shit, like even her trash, she ain't coming back. It's over. Let me get all of this shit. You want me to take this out?
If I got the energy to clean up after myself, it's an epic fail. But you on the phone with your boy talking about I hit though. Because she was mauling the baby when she left. You were disturbed.
Yo, I'm sorry. I ain't gonna see you no more. I just want to leave my, my mother always told me clean up behind myself when you come to people's house.
That poor baby text message on mute. They don't even know it.
Oh, Lord.
I'm sorry, Hook. What you say?
I'm sorry.
You're on mute. We can't hear you.
You're on mute.
I don't know, y'all. My bad. So, have y'all ever broken up with somebody because of the size of their penis?
No.
Not strictly because of the size of their penis.
So there were other factors that led to the breakup. It wasn't just.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What's worse? A dude who doesn't perform with a big penis or a small penis?
Don't perform with a big penis.
It's sad
They're both a terrible fail.
to do with it. And
you said, what was the question? A dude who doesn't perform well with a big. Both of them, because you're not
terrible. First of all, if you're small, you should have gotten your game together because you got to come down. You big and you still ain't terrible.
It is a bigger disappointment when he is large and he's like the right size for you and you still can't do nothing. And then the double whammy is the small one that can't perform. Like, damn, so you small but you can't work it.
Right.
Go home. I'm telling Terry to buy his toy.
You might be one of the women that's lying to them and is making it hard for us, for the women that's going
Me?
to understand.
No, Terry, you out there selling toys.
No, not at all.
No, ma'am. I'm gonna tell you.
Now let me tell you. Now my real honest truth. I don't sell dreams and I don't sell lies. If you're not good, you're not good. Exactly. I don't sell. Now I'm not gonna talk to you again. I'm not a performer, like performance chick anyway. I'm not the porn star performance chick. I don't make a whole bunch of noise. That's not me. However, I've had my longest relationships and stayed in my longest situationships with dudes who have small penises. It's because it's for me, it's mental.
Right.
So I can do small penis. And I also like you say, for you being 45 and up, you don't like clitoral stimulation. I have dealt with a penis because I like clitoral stimulation.
Yeah, I want to leave a good man because he's not. If you're a great man and you're good to me and we're good together, I'm not leaving you because of your penis size. Sex is a technique; it can be taught. You can get.
I'm not lying to nobody. I'm not gonna lie to nobody. But I've stayed with little penis dudes. But me, it's personal preference because you came on. You said you felt like 8 was a large penis. So you missed my original input. I think that 8 is a large penis. I honestly, personally, think that 7 is a large penis because for me, it's all about the connection. But like how women talk about hitting their cervix and things like that. I'm not a pain pleasure type of girl. I'm a passionate.
I'm not. Don't be in here hurting me.
I don't even want you to be hitting my cervix. So 5 would be good for me. 5.5, a solid 5.5 is all I need. So for you, your interpretation may be a little bit different. I'm not out here lying to dudes because for me, I would rather you beat it up with 5.5 and me not be in pain after than me to deal with an penis and me not enjoy it.
Okay, so let me say this: a 5.5.
Now let me give you real expert advice, like real statistical advice. The clitoris is only 2 to 3 inches inside the vagina. Everybody. It might be a little to the left, it might be a little to the right, but it is only 2 to 3 inches inside the vagina. I don't like people pounding on the bottom of they call it the stomach, it's not the cervix. I don't want you pounding on it. I want my vaginal opening to be intact. I want my snatchback. I want my snapper. I don't want to be bruising her after sex. That's my
It's not sexy to hurt the whole time.
I don't want sex to hurt. I don't want no 9 inches.
I don't want that either, but I also want to be filled up and I want to be fulfilled. I don't feel like 5.5, especially if you don't know what you're doing with it. Like you said, smaller, you definitely need to have a better technique. You need to have your game plan in place before you come see me. And again, big doesn't necessarily make it better because I've ran across some men with big and don't know what to do with it. They ejaculate too quick and all types of stuff. And I ask questions. What's wrong?
Now I will also add this. Listen, I'm not disagreeing. I will also add this because I saw somebody who just posted a comment that said something about deep diving. I'm a big girl. I got a little bit more pushing. So 3 inches, like I can't ride on 3 inches. I can't ride on 4 inches.
We got thighs and hips. Them 3 inches, you are humping my legs. You are not inside.
So you can't like that also plays a factor in the experience. It's gonna be different for me than it will be for somebody else. And boring can only be certain positions that we can do. So I get what you're saying. It's just
that's the thing. Like, I don't want to be limited either. If it's only certain positions, that'll get boring.
right.
Because we know that he can only make me feel this or that in these 2 or 3 positions, and anything else I might want to try is like, I'm shit out of luck. Not only that, a lot of men, whether they think they do or not, don't know where the damn G spot is.
All facts.
It's not, they keep saying size matters. Size doesn't matter. I mean, you have to have something. Let's be realistic. You can't be like, well, height don't matter in basketball. You got to be at least to play in the ball game. I mean, let's be real. But you have to be able to, IQ matters. So for guys in sports, you can be 7 foot tall and be shitty on a basketball court because you have no IQ. The same thing with sex. You can be the biggest on the block and you have no IQ, so you're still terrible at what you do. You're just a big waste of extra stuff. But you can be an average person with Allen Iverson skills and you don't. It's not your size, it's your knowledge. What do you know? Do you know my body? I'm not, no pun intended. Different fish take different hooks. You can't go after, you can't do Lisa like you do Crystal. You can't do Crystal like you do Terry. We all do different. She has her life. I have mine. You can't screw everybody the same. So if your mindset is, this is what I do, you can take it or leave it, but if you're going to get left a lot, because we leave people on red, we don't call back the next day, we move on, we don't think about you, and we don't want it, because don't nobody wants somebody that's in there selfish. I don't care whether you got 10 inches or 5 inches. What I need you to know how to do is you need to know that I like to be lifted. You need to know that I like to be licked. You need to know that I like to be taken. Men don't know the women that they're with, and that's why we talk the way we talk. If you know what you're doing, shit, I don't care what you down there working with, compensate with it.
And you know what I've learned, and this was a traumatic experience for me. I know y'all gonna laugh, but I don't care. So, you know, as I got older, it's the big dudes this and the skinny dudes that. It's all lies, okay? Understand, everybody is different. Messing with this big football playing nigga, you hear me? I swear to God, y'all, I thought I was tipsy. I was not. It looked like an emergency button, so I hit it. I want the fuck out of here. Get me out of here. I'm not the one. I wanted to get off the plane. I wanted to go out there at the emergency exit. It was horrible. I said, oh no. You all of this and then bam. And was talking cash shit. I was like, hell no, I'm not a cheerleader, nigga. I'm a grown ass woman. You didn't get up Becky and them on the cheer squad because you done played ball for years, college, professional, all that shit. And you walk around with a fucking emergency button.
Not a button.
You are special kind of stupid.
She said a button. She ain't say a doorknob. She ain't say a handle. She say a button.
He had a micro penis. Well, that's very rare. That micro penis is very rare, but they do exist. They do exist.
Don't tell me it's because it ain't hard. I'm still pissed off because
she mad just thinking about
you. That didn't help your case.
And he better be humble. Better be nice when he talk to you. Walk around here with big people attitude. You got a big body with a little engine. Calm your ass down.
The little engine that couldn't. So yeah, I need you to know.
Hey y'all, so we got a few minutes left. So I want each of you to lead the people with an ending statement, man. What's your takeaway? What do you want people to take away from this conversation? And Asian, since you're in the hot seat, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start.
I would say the takeaway for men and women: be honest about your wants and your needs. Be honest about your expectations at that. If you know someone does not give you what you need, because sex is a big part of my relationships. So I need sex to be happy in my relationships. Not saying that I would end a good relationship for it, but I will not lie to you because it's wasting everybody's time. I just feel like the more honest you are, the more open you are, I feel like relationships can go to major heights sexually, even if you aren't compatible immediately. If you're willing to grow, learn, take a little advice, it goes well. It can go well. If not, you're going to be left in the dark. Or for dudes, you're going to fuck around and rub your fingerprints off from jerking off all the time if you're not willing to try new things.
He ain't got no fingerprints.
You dumb.
Bye, y'all.
All right, Jerry, what you got?
All right. So I guess my advice would be make sure you have open communication, be open, trust your partner. Hey, don't be out here rubbing fingerprints off. But trust your partner, be open, communicate. Communication is key, and don't lie. Tell the truth.
So for me, okay. Am I muted? Okay, all right, I'm unmuted now. So communicate with your partner. Talk to each other about the things that you like, that you don't like, so that you and them get free, so that you and them can experience each other together. Because at the end of the day, size does matter, but there's so many different factors that play into sex because it's not just about a penis inside of a vagina. It's really an experience. And with communication, with honesty and no judgment, it can be great. And that's it for me.
Sex is an experience that should be enjoyed for both parties. It's not a one-sided thing. It's not a, oh, I hit so it doesn't matter. It's not that. It is a total experience. It's when you're connecting with someone. So make sure you're connected with that person. Sex does not just start in the bedroom. It's not how wet a person gets, how hard a person gets. That's a part of it. But if you start with someone's mental, if you paint the picture, if you set the mood don't start in the room. The mood starts earlier that day. If you set the experience, you will not think that a nut is just a nut. You won't think that it's just this, because you're going to have a connection that's going to be an experience that's unmatched. You'll be more selective of who you're with, and you'll appreciate what you got, because everybody ain't good at what they do. So take your time, learn yourself, and then learn who you're with, and make sure that you're creating experiences, not leaving a bunch of bad memories.
Amen. All right. So again, I appreciate the panel. You ladies were extremely entertaining. So I really appreciate it. What I will say is, somebody asked earlier why I was so quiet, and I was quiet because my goal was not to come here and debate or start this battle of the sexes or men versus women. I really wanted to hear from a panel of women who are obviously the resident experts, and I just wanted to hear exactly how you guys felt about it. And don't worry about it, fellas. Like, this tonight was the ladies' night, but please believe the fellas, we gonna have our day. All right, so I promise that's gonna be coming in the not so distant future. Make sure you check us out here on Facebook, like the page. Make sure you check us out on YouTube, subscribe. We're also available across all podcast platforms at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine, right? Crystal, Money Monday next week, right?
Money Monday. So there is no romance without finance. So after we do these Mondays where we talk about, the sexual experiences, you got to make sure you got your money in order, because I don't care how much and how nice you talk to me or how big you are. If we struggling, we ain't fucking. So join us next week as we do Money Mondays. The first Monday of this month, we talked about just money as a whole. But this time we're going to come back and we're going to talk about budgets. We're in a time right now where life is changing, seasons are changing, job is changing, COVID's affecting us, bills are different. We're just in a different ballpark. So budget matters. So that's why we ain't leaving people, because they're small. Because if your budget is right, I'm stuck to you, baby. So Terry, hand me a toy. Me and they got to work this out. So listen, join us next week for Money Monday when we talk about budgeting and how we can make sure that we increase our wealth and we're not sitting around talking about struggling.
Amen. Absolutely. So again, as much as we like to have a good time and shoot the breeze or whatnot, we do want to educate everybody, and we want everybody to win. So please join us next week. We're gonna be talking about budgeting, man, and we're all gonna learn. So I really appreciate that. Terry, Lisa, Aisha, you guys were great, extremely entertaining. I appreciate it. My homie Chris, as always, I appreciate you every week. And for the audience, man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week. We'll holla.